Um, yeah, but do you have just call her on her cell phone? Yeah. Just let me get this meeting open and let people in. Yeah.
Hey all.
Hi, everyone.
Did you get outside today, Anna?
Yeah, I got a couple outside jobs, which is nice.
One of your benefits of.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, what about you?
Oh yeah, I went out, did a few things. Haven't done any yard work yet. My husband did some of that yesterday, but we have a lot of very little flies. I don't know what they're from. I mean, they're like clouds of them everywhere. They got attached yeah, just very, I don't know what they are.
In the house or just outside?
Outside. They're flying everywhere. Like they were just like this 2 days ago. They explode this time of year. And we're right on Lake Wyola, so I don't know where they're coming from. Like they're everywhere now, and they get through the screens.
And they don't bite or anything? They're not like, yeah.
No, we're lucky that. So
Yeah. I can coexist if they don't bite.
I can coexist. Yeah, they fill up the light at night, but they die in the morning, I guess. But yeah.
Oh, weird. Huh. I'm curious.
Yeah. Hey, Steve. Okay.
Okay, everyone. Everyone's here. It's 5:31. I'll call the meeting to order. Has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes from the 29th?
Sorry for the confusion. Sending both. I saw what you added, Steve.
Any questions on that?
No.
Anyone else have anything to add or question? So do I hear a motion that we approve the minutes from the 29th?
All right, make a motion, we approve the minutes from the 29th.
Second,
Second.
roll call vote.
McGinn, aye.
Okay.
Quackenbush, aye.
Sullivan, aye.
Dalmas, aye. Okay, so a quick update on the refurbished door closer for the senior room. It was sent back to us, and with Jeff's help, I reinstalled it last Wednesday, but it doesn't close the door. So I called the company that refurbished it, and the question I was asked was, did you wind the spring? So I was told that I need a hook spanner wrench, and I called a lot of people, including the DPW, fire department, bunch of friends. Nobody has a hook spanner wrench.
That's not true.
You have one?
Lenny Zerwanka has a what do you call it? Hook spanner.
Spanner?
Yes, I've never seen, he had it in his hand last night when he came by town hall. So
Oh, great.
he didn't want to just leave it because it does look like an exceptional tool. It's quite old. So he will bring it by here whenever you need it.
Okay, he's the fire chief, correct?
Right.
Yeah, I also, because I had talked to him and he said he was going to check And I never heard from him. So I actually ordered a inexpensive set online for like $17
Okay.
from Amazon, so I can send it back. But it's apparently a pretty simple procedure. I mean, the gentleman explained to me what I needed to do, and it made sense. So that should be something we could do shortly. Okay, next item would be the window replacement. And so we now have 2 estimates.
We do?
I
Yes,
forwarded,
Becky sent out this afternoon ones that she got from Randall, correct?
yes,
Oh, I didn't see it.
he finally sent it this afternoon. And he did both quotes are together. Jeff, you didn't see that?
No,
So for the windows, using Marvin Elevate, double hung, wood inside, wood white clad, which I assume is aluminum, $2,900 each installed. And if they have to use new stops, I think that's another $55 each. So 58, maybe 5,900. And I forget the price for the Pellas. Jeff, do you remember that?
28,000? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
8,000.
No, that's the roof. That's the barn roof.
26,800 is the roof.
Okay, but you have the quote for the pillows. I don't have them with me. It was like, I think it was like 52,
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
something like that.
So it looks like his quote's higher.
Yep.
at
Yes.
58.
Which he,
Randy Roberts.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have a preference on Marvin versus Pella?
Ella?
I like pillows, but I think they're both good windows. I guess at the
I would
moment,
agree.
I think
Anna,
at the
what do you
moment,
think?
I'd feel a little bit more comfortable with Pella just because it took us so freaking long to get anything out of Randy.
Mhm.
So,
Anna, do you have an experience
I like
good or
them
bad
both.
with either?
No, I like them both. I use a lot more Marvins, but that's not a knock on Pella at all.
Right.
Oh, I think they're both good quality. I don't have any. I'm
Mhm.
surprised there's a price difference between them, but yeah.
so I guess my recommendation would be Pella. And I've had them do the windows in my house, and I was very pleased with how quickly they could install them in one day, and there were no callbacks. Everything went fine.
You found the estimate, Becky?
I have the prevailing wage report I gave him. Sorry, I thought I had downloaded it, but it's probably still in the email. 1 second.
Well, assuming that the Pella estimate is 5,200, unless Becky finds otherwise. Does somebody want to make a motion that we hire the Pella folks to install the 2 new windows at Town Hall for $5,200?
Okay, I make a motion. We hire Pella to install the 2 windows, at Town Hall, ASAP.
I'll second it.
Roll call vote.
Again. Quackenbush, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Cook eye.
Sullivan, I.
Almus, aye.
Do you want me to put the roof quote up on screen?
Sure, that was the 26,800.
Yep.
Mhm.
For the GR3 plus roofing. I haven't taken a look to see what GR3 plus roofing is.
Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Is that a metal roof?
Yeah,
I think that's the Grand Rib, the Fabrel.
okay.
Exactly. Good guess.
What's alarm and security systems?
Do you think that's just general in case we had security cameras or anything packed around the roof or on?
Okay, I don't think we do.
No, there's smoke detectors and fire alarms in each bay, but they're on the bottom of the trusses.
Hmm.
Okay,
I took this whole section as general, not specific to the building.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there haven't been any condos at the highway department in a long time.
That you know of.
Right. That I know. Because I don't know, a Druid's cave might fit the bill. Okay, so it's pretty standard stuff.
is he saying there how long before they could do this?
I'm
No,
No.
sorry for laughing. It's like, how long before he could tell us that they could? Any,
he says the estimate's good for 90 days.
Or 30.
I saw 30 in there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So under the law, do we have to get three proposals?
we have to solicit for 3. We don't have to receive them all. Didn't we ask somebody else for one that we didn't get one? So, or is this the first
did.
one we've done for the barn?
This is the first one.
First one, yeah.
Because I wasn't able to find anybody else who does this stuff.
So did you talk, soliciting means like if you talk to anybody else to do this job and they don't do it, that's still soliciting.
Okay. Well, I went to I don't know, who did I solicit? I talked to somebody and they don't do it. I can't remember who it was. It was one of the roofing companies. And then I went to Amherst Farmer Supply and asked them, and they're the ones who got me onto Randall Roberts.
I could
Guess I-
call the farm supply in Greenfield, see if they have any recommendations, people to call.
Okay, well, they're the same people.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, the Amherst people own the Greenfield
Okay.
place.
Oh, I didn't know. That's good to know.
That's the only place I've ever got Fabrel is through Amherst Farmers too. So I would think that'd be the primary source for everybody, you know, like whoever they recommend is getting it from there.
Well,
And they're-
I'm gonna go to Amherst Farmer Supply in a day or two to get some stuff. I can ask them for some other names.
There's that seamless roofing, metal roofing company that does quite a few roofs in Shutesbury, but I can't remember what their name is.
They're in. Where are they from?
I couldn't tell you, but they've done quite a few roofs in Shutesbury, but I don't know anything about them.
Because I contacted, I think it was like a standing seam metal roof company. And, you know, they didn't, this isn't a standing seam metal roof. This is more like, you know, a barn roof or highway barn. And they don't, you know, the guys I talked to said it's not their kind of work.
Right. Standing seam metal typically would be more expensive than this, wouldn't it?
Yeah, also standing seam metal would have to go over probably a plywood deck.
Right.
We don't have one of those.
No.
Because this is right from truss to truss. So I'll ask Amherst Farmer Supply if they got any other names. Because there was, Ann, are you familiar with, like, there's like a roofing company and I think it's like South Hadley, Quinlan or something like
Yeah,
that?
Quinlan. They're in South Hadley.
Do they do this kind of stuff?
Um,
I don't, I've seen their vehicle, but I don't know anything about them.
Quinlan's the Hadley builder, now building inspector. Are you thinking Quinneville?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know him, but they advertise on the radio a lot. I don't know if that's good or bad.
And TV.
And TV. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They're open till 6 p.m. Adam Quinville.
yeah. I mean, I also really like Peak Performance out of East Hampton. I don't know. I've only used them on form in the field, you know, standing seam and shingles and flat roofing. I don't know if they do this Fabrel product. But definitely a great crew.
Could you call them and see if they can
Sure,
recommend somebody else we could talk to?
sure.
Okay.
And what's the situation, Steve, if like he wants to drive by the highway department? Is that fine if somebody stops by and takes a walk around, or?
Oh, yeah, that would be fine.
Sure, okay. Do we have a copy of this estimate in our emails? Just want to get the like, you know, square count and everything.
This afternoon, when I was talking with Frank, he said he hadn't received it from Becky. So I was able to get it to him so that he could open it. And I sent it, I copied everybody. So hopefully you would have it.
Okay. When did you send it?
I sent it, I just forwarded the email that I got this afternoon to the building committee.
Hmm.
So I don't understand why.
I was able to open it. But Frank's, you said you didn't get it at all.
It
correct?
wasn't, I know, it wasn't, there was no attachment, so that's why you did it again. I only got the I only got the roofing, I didn't get the window attachment.
I
But
sent it to
I took the
between 3 and 4.
3 pages and made a doc. I'll put that in the shared.
Okay, that's funny.
Well-
I got Becky's email, but without an attachment, and then I got Steven's email with the windows like in the body of the email, but I didn't get the roof. Maybe someone could just forward that around again.
Yeah, I'll just
Friday,
I'll just share it right now. It's in the shared docs right now.
And is there a street number for the building?
It's at 59 Leverett Road.
Okay.
But it's like one of 4 buildings.
Okay. And it is prevailing wage.
Yep, town
Okay.
has to be prevailing wage.
Okay, yeah, I'll reach out.
Thank you.
I have no personal experience with Sexton roofers or roofing, but I've heard good things about them too.
It's amazing how companies surprise you when you get multiple bids. I'm always surprised who bids the least or not.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
Just one thought. So, the one estimate is 26,800. And I say to myself, well, if somebody got up there and with a tube of roof cement to put around some of the nails that have lifted or are missing washers and re-nailed them and put some small patches over the light panels where there are a couple holes, and just see how much more time we get out of that roof. Is that something worth doing? And putting money elsewhere first. And as we inspect the remaining buildings, will we find something that ought to be done sooner than the roof on that section of the shed.
But we thought, didn't we discuss how that holds important salt and all that other stuff that it should be, I mean, the quick patch is lovely, but we should do long-term fixes rather than constantly putting Band-Aids on, especially structural buildings is my feeling.
And I have the same feeling. I don't think it's that beneficial to do something that's gonna last maybe 5 years and then have to come back and do it again. Because I'm wondering, who is this somebody that's gonna go up there and do putting these bicycle patches on and caulking
Right.
with prevailing wage rates and all of that happy nonsense. Where my view is, spend the money, get it done right, and don't come back for 30 years.
Makes sense to me, but I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Now, the other thing that goes through my mind, since we haven't been through all the projects, is there something of a higher priority right now to spend our money on? But I don't know what it is.
Or Becky, is it too late to ask this for the town meeting?
No.
Would
It's
this
not,
be, would this be something we should, I've never done this before. Is this something that we propose to the town meeting or propose to the capital planning, or do we do it ourselves that we'd like to put aside $28,000 for the DPW salt shed?
well, you would only do it if you were gonna do the work this year. And we could do it as a warrant article separate from the budget. Potentially if finance committee supports it.
But you
Well,
also.
But I think we do need to start with capital planning. These projects go through capital planning and they're kind of done for the year.
I'm just asking out loud. This is the first time we've seen the numbers on it. And
Yep. So
No.
right now there's a request in for $20,000 more dollars, and there's about 20,000 there. And you've got the window project and this project at the moment, but there could be something more pressing, like Jeff said. I don't know.
Becky, are you aware of anything more pressing at the moment?
I am.
What?
We've got that crappy looking school down there
yes,
on West Pelham that needs to get done bad.
Yeah,
Well, we've already, Steve, I think those, the 500, this is in a different scale. We've got the 500,000 set aside for that, and we'll get the bids in, and then we'll know for sure if we're over or under and if we need more funding.
Oh, I'm talking about staining and painting, replacing all the rotting wood so that the school looks good again.
yeah, but we're not gonna be able to stain that school for $30,000. So,
We did it for about that last time,
huh?
but it's been a long time. We spent less than that last time.
To stain the
They have a
whole building and
lot of rotted wood to replace.
Yeah, and there wasn't rotted wood that time.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a lot of rotted wood. But we don't know how much the roofing is gonna replace first too, so it could be a slam dunk. I agree, we need to pay, it is an eyesore. I mean, just going there last night for the meeting, during the daylight. And the last time I was there, it was ice all around. It was hard to you had to look down just because you're walking, but it needs a lot of help. If we spend 5 on or 55 on the windows, that'll leave us 34 in the slush fund.
Yeah, I was thinking the roof was coming in more at 15. Didn't Leverett do it for theirs for 15 or 20?
I have no clue. I don't know. How about we hold off on the roof until we get a couple more prices?
Exactly, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and And also, do you think we should be go out to bid for painting the building?
We're back to the school now,
Yeah,
painting the school, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should be working on that. I have a feeling it's probably too late in the year to get somebody to paint it this year, but how much do we think it would cost? Is it-
I'm thinking about 30 grand.
And what'd you say it cost last time?
Closer to 20. But I don't think the person who did it last time is still in business, and he was a lot less expensive than most everybody else.
Probably the school did them in.
Have you ever
Right.
seen that wonderfully colorful house on the edge of Montague when you take the shortcut?
What shortcut?
Um,
Is it shortcut to Montague?
yeah. It
Oh,
was,
on Greenfield Road, the castle.
yes.
oh, yeah.
Well, the person who owns that house owns a painting company.
Hmm.
And he would give us wonderfully good deals.
Hmm.
And then Bob would make him do twice as much.
So
I think it's
for like the painting, do we have to get bid documents together and all that other stuff? When we're spending that kind of money?
Yeah, if it's over 25. It used to be under 20, if we think it's gonna go over 25. I think we need a scope of work, a narrative of exactly what we want done, in for the painting job.
So do we need to identify all the rotted wood that we want replaced? I mean, it's like specifically.
I mean, and that sounds a little excessive. I mean, you should be able to say, well, aren't we trying to deal with the rotted wood with a carpenter and not a painter? Or is it part of the painting job?
No, it'd be part of the painting job.
Okay,
We were thinking that the painting company would have a carpenter or sub out a carpenter to replace the damaged wood before the painter painted it.
Rather than have a roofer do it, Becky, that's what you're thinking.
Right.
We didn't want the rough roofers doing finished carpentry work.
Other than what's needed for the roof work.
so the experience I've had with the painters on our municipal buildings, they were not equipped to do carpentry.
So
Then we need a carpenter or carpentry contractor who's going to replace all the rotted material first. And if we're using wood, we want everything back primed or pre-primed. And then the painters come in.
or we hire a firm to put together a bid package that includes painting and carpentry, and then we bid it out. But then we're gonna have to pay for designer fees.
How much was the roofing designer? Wasn't that tens of thousands?
Yeah,
So it should be significantly less for the painting.
yeah.
So basically you want a contractor to supervise the carpentry work, but you said, but we have to hire a designer now if we do both under the same contract?
Well, I'm kind of asking the question. And what Stephen was saying is first we need a carpenter. So that means we'd have to go out and find two different companies, one to do some carpentry work. And there's a lot of carpentry work to be done there. And then we'd have to go find a painting company to then do the painting. And of course, the painter is going to point his finger at the carpenter and say that crappy carpentry work. I was thinking, one of the other alternatives is hire a design firm to put together bid documents for the carpentry and the painting and then bid it out. And may not be able to bid it out until for next year. Knowing that this is almost, we're already into spring. So that's why I was asking if there's dollar limits that tell us how we have to play this game.
So we could probably use some of our slush fund money to hire a design team to do the bid documents or do the scope of the work on the painting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable with that only because then we don't have to go out and get on ladders and poke wood and say, okay, these are the 4 pieces on this area that we have to remove. We pay someone to do that and then they're responsible thereafter. And then the bid is kind of all inclusive with, and we have no finger pointing. We just go to the design guy and say, this is what was in the scope and this is what the bidders bid on. So the painter can't say it's crappy work and the painter and the carpenter can't say, I did it well enough. So I like that idea.
Because I think there's going to be a lot of repair work needed, especially on that south side of those bump outs.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I would feel more comfortable if we had some, these don't have to be real sophisticated drawings. They're mostly just elevations where they put a circle around an area and say rebuild wood here. We'll need to find somebody who's willing to put those documents together and then the appropriate specs.
I apologize. I'm kind of triple booked tonight, so I got to run. Frank, I made you the host.
Okay.
And I'm trying to make Stephen Dolmas the co-host. Oh, but I'm not the host. You have to do it, Frank. If you could make
You can do it if you need me to be co-host.
Okay. Host me and done.
Great. Thank you,
Okay.
guys.
Bye,
Bye.
Becky.
Bye, thanks.
Bye.
So where would we find a designer for painting? Have you?
I think most architects can just do that. See if we can find somebody close in the valley.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody you would recommend for something as small as this? Yeah, that was a nice shrug. Okay.
I don't know. Kathleen Lugash lives in Shutesbury, if that's a play, just being local, super local.
She's still working? She's still practicing?
I think so. I just spoke with her this morning about a project, but I'm not, she might be tapered down. I'm not actually sure.
Okay.
I guess working enough that she took a call from somebody that prompted us to talk, but yeah. But she lives down near me, down by the reservoir.
Okay. I can also talk to Bruce Colden and see what Bruce thinks, how Bruce thinks we ought to do this.
Yeah, well, he's retired, so he's got.
Yeah,
he's got
he's quasi-retired. Yeah. But he does a lot of work with us at Habitat. So
yeah.
let me talk to Bruce.
Okay.
And see if I can get some, some names. Do you ever work with Margot Jones Whitsett out there?
Yeah, not recently. Yeah, but I know him.
Okay. Because I was thinking they might be a good sized firm. No, they're a small firm. Okay,
Yeah, I mean, and Bruce's old shop, C&H is great. I don't know what their time frame is or, whatnot, but they're right in Amherst and,
right. Yep.
yeah.
Okay, let me do some work.
Okay.
Okay, so if we decide that the school is the priority in terms of the rot decay repairs and the painting, it sounds like then the salt shed roof is going to say be a second item after that, or unless something else comes up. Is
Yep.
that- So I keep in my mind saying, am I willing to crawl around on the salt shed roof and, do some hammering and patching to see if it'll, Band-Aid that until we can approach that roof.
Okay, I make a motion that
And
Stephen
there's
go up
no
on
prevailing wage issue.
Well, they've also in the past had special meetings in the winter and fall. So if we get the ball rolling and we get 2 more bids, we can give it to the capital planning, and then it can come up in the next town meeting. And that could be, I mean, one of the meetings I was at, they talked about that in the fall or something. They've had special, they will have more special meetings. So it's not a once a year. We won't have to wait till next year. And if
But
we
if
can,
you have to go through the capital, what's the name of that committee, capital?
planning,
Yeah. For special funding, that's a once a year thing, isn't it?
Capital planning starts meeting in either late December or January, when we meet until everyone's got their bids in, and we then send it off to the finance committee.
Right. Okay,
So Steve, does that mean that the 20,000 that Becky was able to, additional that Becky was able to secure for 2023 up till 2024, that is what we've got in addition to the 20 some that we already have?
no, I don't think that's what that means.
Okay,
I think what that means is Becky's saying that she's gonna put on the warrant for town meeting to get us another $20,000. But we don't have it yet.
well, in the minutes from last meeting, and maybe we need to verify this with Becky, it says that she secured an additional 20,000 from capital planning for small projects for 2023-2024.
Yeah,
Which
but
has to be-
I think what that means is capital planning agreed with her. But capital
Nope.
planning doesn't give you any money. I used to be on the capital planning board.
Okay.
So
So
to get
so
in-
then
to
does
get
it have to
extra-
be voted on at town meeting?
Exactly.
Okay,
Well, so we gave it the thumbs up, and then it goes to the finance committee to decide where the money comes from, and then it goes to town meeting.
Right.
so at the moment, we just have the, whatever is in that slush fund, 20 some thousand, correct?
Right.
Okay, all right.
So even if we wanted to move ahead with the roofing, we couldn't. Because we haven't got the money.
Got
till
it.
June,
Well, maybe not.
maybe. But in any event, I think we go forward with the roof and just get all the numbers together,
Mhm.
approximate, and then we can always get it in next year's money. I agree with Steve. The eyesore needs to be fixed, and it's been a long time fixing, so we should focus on that. And if we can do it with the funds we have in the slush, if it goes over that, we'll have to have capital planning and finance find money for us.
So let's say in 2 weeks, I know it's not gonna happen. We had estimates for the wood rot repair and the painting of the school. What happens next?
Well, it depends on the number, I guess.
Well, let's say it's $52,000.
Say it's what?
52,000 for all the
Okay.
wood repair and the painting.
Which is more than what we have in our budget. Right?
More than we have in our slush fund.
Right.
Steve, could we share our slush fund, the town building committee's monies with some maintenance monies in the school to get it painted? Has that ever happened before? A mix of monies?
Oh,
and merge-
yeah, I'm sure it has.
I
You
think.
know what the school has in the way of monies?
Nothing.
Okay,
So I think.
Because the school, unless it's in the budget that the town meeting votes, there is no, there's no extra line items where you can just do stuff. Although there is some school choice money, but I think we've been saving that because we keep adding teachers for a year or two, and that's how we pay for them instead of coming to the town.
Mhm.
But I think, Stephen, we would have to ask Becky how this game works, but I think if we were to, come back in a few weeks and say we need $30,000 more,
right.
she would have to, I think we would probably have to have a special meeting with the capital plan
Right.
to present it to get their buy-in, who then would forward on to the finance and then committee, and then would be rolled in with the town meeting.
Okay.
But we're not gonna have numbers in 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah. I just wanted to understand sort of the process that we'd have to go through.
I think 7 days, the 19th is the deadline.
Okay. So I think we're ready now that we've sort of got the Gale project underway, so to speak, and our involvement is probably, at least for now, minimal for a while, so we can start inspecting again.
Mhm.
So we talked about doing town hall next. And
And the warmer weather's here.
yep, nicer weather. I was thinking right now, I have some time Friday morning. I don't know if anybody else does.
I could spend a couple hours Friday morning.
Mr. Quackenbush?
Till I talk to my wife, I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay.
I'll
She's
ask
making-
her for you.
What'd you say?
I'll ask her. Sorry.
Oh.
We all talk, I cannot do Friday morning.
Mhm.
My
Well, you
wife's
got-
up in north where
You
she
got
wants to
a
do.
full-time job. I mean, it's hard.
I do. I
You know.
do. My husband's out of town this week, so I'm solo with the kids.
Oh, you have 2 full-time jobs.
No. The kids are really enjoying being in front of the TV right now, though. So it's good.
Let me throw something out. Do we want to do the town hall next, or do we want to do? I think the town hall is going to take a lot of work. Just to fill out the form. Do we want to try to do other smaller buildings first? To knock them off before we do the town hall?
That's a thought.
Huh?
That is a thought. I like that idea because, I mean, like the dam building could go really quick. The Hearst building can go really quick.
Right.
Um,
In fact,
the old school can go really quick, but we have to have the historical society involved to get us into that. When the old building committee, it needs some painting. It needs probably a gutter installed on that. That
What
is
is-
actually good. If we do that in a month, that might help with the select board, showing that we've gotten a lot of progress. Because I think we've already done a little progress with the town hall windows. I think we're going forward with that, and
Mhm.
Grace is going to be real happy. So I'm happy that Grace is happy. But I know there's going to be a lot of issues there. It's going to be,
Yeah, that's- Well, I was thinking also, if we get some of the other buildings, we'll find out if there's other major issues at the other buildings. We need to change our priority list because we found out about it.
The building that you mentioned after the dam building, did you say Hearst?
the one at the graveyard. It
At the
was
cemetery.
restored a couple of years ago.
And the name is?
Is that where they keep the hearse? You know, the where you
Oh.
put the coffins in?
That's where they used to be.
Hearse?
That's what someone told me. It might have a name. I couldn't tell. It is that Steve says that's the name. It's the Hearst building. So I haven't been here that long. So it's the Hearst building and so we could do that building and the old town hall. I mean, the old school building are right next to each other, and those would go really quick, Stephen. And then ask Becky, would have to get permission from the dam keeper, which I'd love to see the inside because I just like to see the inside of the dam building. But those are the three quickies that, I think the least amount of maintenance, or, maybe I don't think it'd be anything major. Except for the historical building and the historical school building. I don't know. But the Hearst building had been restored in the past 10 years. So that should have, that should have nothing, no issues.
And the cemetery, this is on North Leverett Road?
Yeah, that's the West Cemetery.
It's a red building, isn't it, Stephen? I think.
Yeah, it's red with black trim.
Yeah. And the previous chair was complaining it wasn't graded enough, but it didn't bother me. And it looked really nice. We didn't see the inside. I don't know how you get in the inside of these buildings. Becky would know, or who would know who would have to contact. But those, I agree, Jeff. Do something real quick. Bang a couple smaller ones out, because I think once we get into town hall, it's a can of worms.
I think so, yeah.
Great idea. Let's make some progress, give the committee some other stuff to chew on, the select board.
Yeah. Small things.
I may have a key to the Hearst house, but if I don't, Walter Tibbetts is the chair of the cemetery commission, and he would definitely have one or two or three.
Oh, good. But I think because that had been restored, we can, go through everything, and that's going to be an easy fix. And then to getting into the school, the old school, would be right down the street. Stephen, I think that's those two we should try at the dam building. And then town hall, the DPW and the fire department I've never been in the fire department, so I don't know how intensive that's going to be.
I could, logically, would Becky have keys to these buildings?
I have no clue. I don't know how the keys work around this place.
Okay, well, I could touch base with her tomorrow, see if she has keys or can get us access Friday morning. What if we plan to meet at town hall? 9 o'clock?
Yep.
For what?
Friday to look at one of these buildings.
To look at whatever we can get access to.
Okay. I'll be tentative until I
Yeah.
get my marching orders.
Now, I do already know there's one issue with the dam building. Somebody put up a rain gauge years ago, and it's under the eave.
Oh, I'll give you a good reading.
It never rains at the dam, I'll tell you.
Damn, it never rains.
But we should quickly do that one, because I think the select board's going to take access away from us, and we're all not going to be allowed to walk on it. So.
Well, the signs don't seem to deter any of the fishermen at this point.
No. because that's one of the deep water things where everyone gets good fish, both in the winter and the summer.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that
Can I
sounds like,
Sorry.
Yep.
Just jumping back to the salt shed, which building is that? I pulled it up on Google Maps. Is that like the rusty one in the back?
Yeah.
If you look at the building that from the road has, I think,
Mhm.
3 bay access doors.
Yep.
Behind it, it's sort of a T-shaped,
Yep.
and then there's 5 bays.
Yep.
And it's the last, well, I guess it's all 5 bays
The
there.
5 bays.
It's
Okay.
that section.
And it looks like there's a connect like from that T.
Yeah,
Back
there's a
to-
little connector building.
And where are we not doing the connector that I'm looking at the satellite view? Looks like that might be shingles and then it goes to the metal. Is that
Correct.
okay? So not touching that and then only touching
Correct.
the rusty section. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the farthest back looks like maybe it steps down again and has a different type of roofing on it. Is that part of this or not part of this?
No, that roof's newer.
That's
That roof
newer.
is
Okay.
in better shape.
Okay. So the middle rusty part. Got it. Okay.
Exactly. The middle
Cool.
rust.
It's corrugated, it's currently corrugated, galvanized, and there's certain amount of surface rust on the galvanized.
Yeah.
And then that's also the one that has those fiberglass light panels, which are
Yeah.
breaking
Okay.
apart.
Got it. Okay.
and if you need help with the people, want someone to be there, you can always email us. I'm available a lot too, so I can run over.
Oh, great. Okay. Thanks.
I even work there.
Oh.
But usually you're not there. You're out doing wonderful jobs, like on Wendell Road. You did a fantastic job. You and Tim and the crew did on filling all those potholes up the street for me. It's a very smooth ride now, Steve. Thank you very much.
Frank's driving
That
so
would
much
just-
faster now.
Get rid of the dust.
Oh, but that's the other thing. Yeah, we need a little rain, but
Yeah.
I'm used to that, living on a dirt road now.
All right. Anybody
Okay.
have anything else we want to discuss?
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Do I hear
Thanks.
a
everyone.
motion that we close this meeting.
So moved.
Second,
Roll call.
McGinn, aye.
Quackenbush eye.
Cook eye.
Sullivan, I.
Almus, aye. Thank you, everyone. See you in 2
All right.
weeks
Thank you.
on the 26th.
Okay. And bang, we're out. Bye-bye. And meeting.